どうも、Vin です。Hello, this is Vin. I am back with more photos. 今回は前回からまたね、作り終えたものとかの写真とかも見せようと思います。これは前の手元配信で見せたウパーシャン。ウパーシャンかわいいよね。超かわいい。Hello, this is Sylvain Gintsigi and only wearing a fox mask. How are you doing? 九尾の鬼の銀継ぎシルベンです。初めての方は初めまして。また見に来てくださった方はお帰りなさい。If you're new here, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. That's today's theme basically is just gonna be another show and tell stream. 今回もまたね、写真を見せながらお話しするっていう感じの配信になると思います。それでは早速ね、横にいるのは手元配信でやってた時にちょっと居座っていただいていたガラル違うガラルじゃない。もう何回も間違えてる。ウパーさん。そう。チョコレートのさ、アイスクリームみたいな、パフェみたいなの乗ってるんだけど。So this is my Whooper. They were in my handcam stream last week. They're really cute. It was from a gacha. There were 4 types. There was the Galarian Ponita. There was this one. There was the leaf cat. And then there was the little like cotton candy one. I don't know their English names. これはね、スイーツのさ、なんかガチャみたいな感じでね、ポニータとウパーとニャオハと、あとはペロパフのやつがあったんですよ。ちょっと待って、wonder if I can show the video. あれ？大きいね。ちょっと待って。ちょっとでかい。おー、違う。これプレイできるかな。音大きかったかもしれん。ごめんよ。 ちょっとね、動画のあれを変えたんだよね。なんだっけ。設定でさ、変えたからちょっと動画とかなんか変にならないようにはなったと思いたい。I think the video is running a lot more smoothly relative to my previous streams. I'm hoping. So that's just me getting getting the gacha, right? これガチャを取ってるところです。いろんなガチャがあるんだけどさ、これ見た瞬間これかわいいって思ってさ、ここにも見えると思うんだけど、ペロッパフとニャオハとウッパーとポニータ。ポニータのさ、色がかわいいんだよね。で、そのポニータコミュニティデーだったからさ、ポニータ欲しいなって思ってたんだけど、まあでも食べるとしたらわし絶対チョコがいいからそういう意味では合ってるなって思った。で、これが開けてるところ。こんな感じにもうすでに出来上がってるから、あれが面白いよね中身取っちゃうとさ、コップとお皿だけになるんだけど、コップとお皿さ、なんか他に用途あるかもしれないけど、ちょっとウパーシャンはさ、コロコロってなっちゃうから。So here is what I got. Chocolate Babu かわいい。Also, thinking about the expression, I've already said this on previous streams. I like how happy they are. めっちゃ笑顔なのがいいよね。で、一応ね、こういうヤミー、ポケモンヤミー。で、そこの4匹のうちのウパーがね。そうだ、パルデアや。パルデアの姿ゲットしたよ。っていう話。So yeah, that is my little Aldea Ooper. ね。で、ちょっと待った。これ大きさ同じにしたらいいかもしれない。いい感じになるかも。あとは他にね、あとは全然違うものなんだよな。 So what else do I have? I don't have any other gacha other than what I've shown on my hand cam streams. I don't want to keep adding onto my little figurine collection just because there's so many. Anyway, so I guess I'll start my story about how I made my pants. じゃあパンツの作ったよっていうのを始めようかな。パンチュできました。初パンチュ。我の初パンチュ。So this is me with the pattern and then laying it on top of the fabric 生地の上にねパターンをね乗せて、これはねパターンもね布を買った時にさお店でいただいたパターンで結構そのまんま自分使えるなって思ったからそのまんまね大きい型紙に書き直してそれでの下の布にね乗せてやっていきました。So I got the pattern from buying fabric at a fabric store. They have like free patterns sometimes. And I was pretty lucky I found these pants. They're like, oh, you can have two patterns for free. And I was like, oh, I will take the other one. I will take this. I actually did find like they gave me like a dress. It's like a multi-layered skirt dress thing. And I was like, maybe one day. But then I got the pants also, so I got excited. But yeah, here's the pants. And then the pockets too. But what I changed about this, I added 2 extra pockets to it. No, actually 3. No. I added 2 pockets because I was like, there's only 2 on the butt. I wanted 2 extra ones so I can put stuff in it when I'm like walking around or whatever. I didn't want butt pockets. I mean, butt pockets are nice, but the thing is, but I don't really use butt pockets. So instead of like just the butt pockets, I made the same pockets but near the front of the legs. 変えたところはね、ポケットがさ、落ちポケットしかついてないっていうので、落ちりポケットだけはわし使わんって思ったから、座ることが多い時にお尻ポケットあんまり使わないから、それでじゃあ同じポケットだけど前の方にね2枚追加しようって思ってね追加しました。まあこれはね切った後ねで最初ポケットやってったんだよ。でポケットこんな感じ黄色いところはチャコペーパーなんだっけ黄色いチョークがついちゃってる今洗ってるからさ洗ったから取れたとは思うんだけどおちりのポケットについてたね。まあとりあえずこれポケット作って終わったところね。This is one of the pockets. I had some chalk on my finger and that's why there's like a spot on it. I'm pretty sure it has come off because I washed it, but it was just chalk. And here's another look at it. So this is me putting it onto where the pattern shows. Like the pattern tells you where to put the butt pockets because that's literally all they have as pockets. I had to figure out where to put the front pockets that I added. So they didn't really have like a place. But I figured it out. It was fine. It's like in front of my thighs, basically. これはポケットの位置をね、確認して針を刺して、ね、固定してて、これでぐるーっと回ってポケット作りました。で、4つポケットつけたって言ったから、そう、これが全ポケットがくっついたところ。So this is all of the pockets that I added, including the 2 butt ones. Can you tell? That butt one with the spot on it, that's the one that you've been seeing. これが全部のポケットね。お尻のポケットとももの前に2つ作ったやつ。まあズボン自体をさ仕上げる前にやった方が やりやすいからくっつける前に全部縫い付けました。一回ね、なんか仮縫いしてどこら辺にポケットつけたらいいかなみたいなやったんだよ。これはただ単に線っていうかまっすぐ縫ったところ。This is just straight sewing. So you kind of have to flare the bottom if you're gonna, what is it, fold it up, because then you won't have like weirdly tight edges at the bottom. Apparently my teacher said I didn't have to do it this much, but I just did what it looked like. The only thing is like the pattern that I was using didn't say that specifically. I only know this because I've been watching a bunch of sewing videos on my own, and then they were like, oh yeah, you know, when you're doing sleeves, like the cuffs of sleeves and pants, you gotta make sure to have extra fabric around there, because if you like cut it straight down, usually it tapers into like a smaller hole. So if you do that, then if you fold it, then you're gonna have like a really small hole relative to what you wanted. I don't know if that makes sense. I think it makes more sense if you've sewn before or like have made anything like that. まあね、これね、パターンにさ、あんまり書いてなかったから、そこはあれだけど、裾のところね、アイロンのところさ、折り曲げてさ、内側に入れるんだよね。で、折り曲げるってことはさ、そこも同じぐらいじゃなくても布がないとさ、突っ張っちゃうから、こう外側にちょっと向けた感じで切るんだけど、これはねパターンに書いてなかったからわしがさ知っててよかったなって思って、いろんなね独学でさいろいろ動画とか見あさっててね、なんか一つの動画見たのがこういうやり方があるんだよって言ってて、全然その時はさどういうことって思ってたけど、これやった時に把握したで、先生に今教えていただいてる先生にはこんなに 余分にしなくてもなんていうの良かったんだよって言われたけど、まあそれは後に覚えたから、まあ次からはもうちょっと控えめでもいいかなって思って、で理由としては内側に入れるから、内側の方がねちょっと若干大きいとそれはそれでよれちゃうからっていう話で、なるほどって。そう、洋裁はもうなんかいろいろあるよ。There's so much like you need to know in terms of sewing and how to make clothes. Like you gotta make sure it makes sense in 3D even though you start off with 2D. で、これはね、ただ単にアイロンがけした。So this is just me doing some ironing, doing some pressing of the bits that I sewn because I need to do that in order for it to lay flat nicely. アイロン大事。アイロンかけないのとかけるのでね、やり方もなんていうの、綺麗になるし、いい感じになるよ。So this is me. I don't have a lock. I don't have wait, what is it called? What is it called in English? I forget. It's one of those finishing things. It's like a sewing machine specifically for finishing edges. I don't have one of those, so I used the sewing machine that I have right now, and then I did a zigzag stitch around the edge. And that's why, like, basically you sew the zigzag in a way where you have one side go through the fabric, and then the other side you like go beyond the fabric, right? And then what that does is like it creates this little tunnel, like the thread kind of makes a tunnel around the edge of the fabric, which helps to keep it from fraying. That's pretty much all it is. And if you have a lock stitch option, I think you can do that too. But if you have a lock machine or sewing machine, then you would be able to do that without doing like a zigzag stitch, because that's just made for that. Anyway, this is like the inside center of the pants. So that part's gonna be like connecting later, and that's what I did. まあロックミシンないからさ、ジグザグ縫いでね、包み込んでね、端がボロボロにならないようにしました。でね、ちょっとね、写真そんなに撮るところなかったんだよ。あとはね、動画とかで撮ってて、最終的にこれアイオンの裾のところの写真なんだけど、それの途中にもさ動画いっぱい撮ったんだけど動画がさ重いっていうのもあるからね、ちょっと動画あるけどどうしようかなって思ってて、なんか編集してチャンネルに載せればいいのかな、わかんないけど。So I took videos in between like all the steps. It's just that, the videos do kind of get long because it was like pretty much, recording like how long it took. But then that's a lot of video footage, so I'm not sure what to do about it. But here is basically like the last bit that I had to do is this is like the pants, like the waistband of the pants, so you just fold it in on itself like twice. And then what I did, I didn't need to, but I made 2 holes in the waistband, so one is like in the back and one is in the front. I probably could have just made it with just the one in the front, but the pattern itself says to do it in the back, so I was like, what do I do? And then I mean, I could have just gotten rid of it in the back and then just like redid it, but then I was like, nah, it's fine, I'll just have 2 holes in the waistband. And so the reason why I added one in the front too is because then I could add like a cord or something. So this is like, the hole itself originally is only meant for like a stretchy, what is it called? Oh no. I'm forgetting words. なんだっけ? なんて言うんだっけ? Elastic band. Thank you, brain. Okay, so that was the point of this, is like there's I had an elastic band that was cut to my size, and then I would put this through like the hole, and then I put it through the hole. I basically sewed in between stitches in the middle of those holes, so you can't really tell that I stitched extra. And then yeah, so that was how I ended it. And then I didn't really take any videos or photos of like my elastic band though. You just kind of like measure the band around your waist or like wherever you want it to hang, right? And then kind of pull it, because it's gonna stretch anyway. You kind of gotta make sure it's a little bit more tighter than what you're gonna want, just because like over time it will also stretch out anyway. And then the holes are there, so you don't have to worry about like replacing them when you need to. So my teacher was like, hey, you could have also like made it a little differently, where you have a hole for the cord and a hole for the elastic, instead of it being in the same exact area, because then you don't have these like 2 things trying to like get around each other. And I was like, that makes so much sense. But you know, I was doing this on the side, and then with my teacher I've been learning how to make a dress, which I was hoping I'd have it done by like a concert that I have soon, but unfortunately I didn't realize, like, I picked one of the more detailed options for the dress, so like I made like a weird ribbon neckline and everything, and that's like extra fabric and time. And then there's like this like type of sleeve that I wanted that's like called tulip sleeve, but then that's like extra bits to sew together, and then the sleeve itself is already something that I don't really know how to do well. So there's like so many things that I didn't realize I'm gonna have to know how to do or get to learn. Anyway, so the waistband, I sewed this. これウエストバンドにさ穴開けてあるんだけどね、2箇所開けて、まあ別に自分だけが履くだけだから別に気にしてないんだけど、本当はね1箇所にして反対側固定みたいにするんだけど前にするんじゃなくて後ろにするっていう方法になってたんだよね、パターンの説明書に。でも私紐も 通してさ、紐、もしなんかストレッチがちょっと緩かったりして、なんかもうちょっと、なんていうの、くっつけたいなって思う時があったら、紐も通してそれでなんか調節しようかなって思ってたんだけどね。だからまあ紐はまだ通してないけど、一応は入るし、ちょうどいいサイズにはできたんですけど、先生に見せたら、前だけでよかったじゃんって言われて、それはそう。あとはね、先生が言ってたのは、例えばその紐つけるって思ってるんだったら、そのゴムと紐を通すところを別々にしたりするっていう手もあるんだよねって言ってて、なるほどって思って、まあ目から鱗だけど、わしはまだパンツこれ初めてだし何にもわからんで、まあ、教えていただいたからね、次やってみたらいいかもしれない。とりあえずさ、ゴム通すの意外とさ簡単だったから超嬉しかったでゴムもね、先生になんか長さ見てもらって、これぐらいだったらいいんじゃないっていうので、それになんか2センチぐらい足して、その2センチはかぶせてね、ゴムがかぶせて縦にね縫えばさ、ちゃんと固定されるから、そしたらちょうどいい感じになりました。ちょっと待って、もしかしたらビデオを見せられるかな。とりあえずね、これ折ってあるけど、こんな感じになったよ。So this is what it looks like now, like after I finished it. You can tell there's like a hole in the waistband that's like inside, because that's where the waistband, the elastic band goes. But yeah, I finished my first pair of pants. Yay! Yay! そう、ズボン、初めてのズボン作り終わった。超楽しかった。しかも自分で着れるから超嬉しい。で、まあちょっとね、あんまりいい写真撮れなかったけど、こんな感じなんだよ。So this is the front. I don't really have like amazing photos. I didn't know how to take photos in my room and like show the whole thing because it's, you know, relatively big. But here's the front. I didn't wash this before taking this photo, so it still kind of has like chalk and everything on it. これ洗う前だからさ、ちょっとチョークとか残っちゃってるけど。そうで、これが前で、これが後ろ。そう、それ一応ね、アイロンがけしたんだけど、変にシワ寄っちゃってるんだよね。So I did, and this is the back. And I think you can tell there's like charcoal bits, chalk bits. And also there's like whole folds in it because I was trying to iron it. I was trying to press it, but then I guess I was pressing in a weird way, and then it showed up on the back. But yeah, that's just the butt. But I am happy with my first pair of pants. They're fun. They're nice. And also, like, I didn't realize this. I didn't really like elastic bands much, just because I don't like the way they feel, like if they're too tight. But then this is specifically made for me because I did my own calculations, right? Or I measured myself with the elastic band, so it was nice. And also, like, there's a type of elastic band that you can get that's soft. There's like the hard version and the soft version, and I got the soft version. It was perfect. I think it's just slightly more thinner or something, I don't know. I haven't bought the hard version. But I guess if you're gonna get a lot of work like out of it, if you're gonna be wearing it a bunch, you might want to use like a hard elastic instead of soft elastic. But if you're like me and it starts hurting your tummy, soft elastic is the way to go. 私このさ、パンツさ、ゴムさ、柔らかいやつ使ったんですよ。柔らかいゴム使ってちょうどいいなって思ってさ、今までゴムのパンツとかズボンとかね、なんか痛くなるって感覚が強かったからさ、これだったら普通に着れるって思ってね、柔らかいゴムありがたい。これ前の方なんだけどね、前の膝の上にポケットが来る。膝のももの太ももの前のところにポケットが来るのでちょうどいい感じ。そうあとはね、もしさ、なんか自転車とか乗る方はちょっとね、ポケットの形変えたらいいんだろうなって思った。で、理由がさ、やっぱり足曲げたりするとさ、ポケットって上だけが空いてるとさ、普通に座ってたらいいけど、足動かしながらだとさ、足が上に上がるとさ、後ろに出ちゃう時あるやん。だからスポーツとかやってる方はわかると思うけどさ、ポケットの開き方とかもさ、やっぱり変えてもいいっていうね。で、足の先生も言ってたけど、例えばね、なんかポケット好きな感じのポケットがあるっていう方もいるし、例えばその絶対に落ちないようにポケット自体にジッパーつけちゃうとか、そういうのもあるし、そこまでしなくてもいいけどちょっと固定したいなっていう人はなんか、なんていうの、ボタンとかつけられるし、ボタンがなくったらなんだっけあれ、ジャリジャリしてるやつベルクロか。ベルクロとかでもいいんじゃないかな。ベルクロはあれかな、あれコピーライトされてるわかんないけど、ね、もじゃもじゃともじゃもじゃを合体するともじゃもじゃがくっつくやつSo one thing I was thinking about with my pockets though, so this is fine for like if you're just, you know, sitting, standing, you're not doing any real workouts or exercise or whatever. This is just like a casual wear outfit, right? But then if you want, you can always change like the pockets so that they're made specifically for things like maybe you go bicycling or something, right? And then you don't want them to fall from like the sides of the pockets. So then you might be able to make the opening like a slanted opening, so it's not the same as like these are just straight squares. But then what else, you could also add zippers to your pockets, you can add velcro to your pockets, you can add buttons. So that's what I thought. I mean, you know, it's extra steps because you would need an extra flap instead of just like one piece. But if that's like your thing, it is always an option. Anyway, yeah, pants. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's Here's an ASMR video basically. This is me doing the waistband. Thisウエストバンド似てるところね。さっきの上のところで、ゴムはね、もう動画とかも写真とかもほとんど撮ってないから、そっちはね、想像にお任せする。そう。あ、そんな感じよ。よし。よし。あともう一つあるかな。もう一つね。これかな。これなんだっけWhat is this again? Oh, I'm showing like the part that I sewed. 縫ったところを見せてるだけかな。This is like the side of the leg, I think. 自分でも分かってない。もうなんか動画いっぱいいろんなの撮ってるんだけど。あ、そうだ、これ袋縫いだ。で、袋縫いって何っていう人、これ見てね。This is folding. I don't know the English term. It's like a sewing thing. Like, I guess my sewing teacher was saying that this is like a way that people make pants a lot of the times, like they instead of having to do like zigzag stitch or like a lock stitch for this part, they cut one of the sides down like maybe halfway of the edge, and then they take the other side, they fold that other side over the other side. That's not really good English, but I think the video makes sense. It's just I'm really slow at it. Basically, I'm cutting one of the parts. One, as you can tell, I'm cutting this part. And then what I'm gonna do with it is fold it over. Like fold the longer part over the shorter part. And then tuck it in, so then you don't have to see the edge. これ袋縫いね。まあただ単にこの時点では片方の縫い代を切ってやってるだけで、もう片方の縫い代をかぶせるようにして、それで一緒になったところを縫うっていうね。そしたらなんか綺麗に見えるし、端切れんところも綺麗に隠れる。そういうこと。これも ASMR かもしれない。Is this cutting ASMR? Am I secretly turning into an ASMR channel? That's kind of funny to think about. ASMR Ven SMR. そう最近さこういうことやってることもあるからなんかこういうので ASMR だったらできるぞ何も言わずに黙々とこういうのはやっていられるぞあれHello Mechanic Cat, how are you doing? Vensmar Vesmer How are you doing? Welcome and thank you for coming. I'm just talking a lot about the first pair of pants that I've ever made. I'm excited because I washed them, now I have to dry them, and then, you know, I'll get to wear them. Also, I think whatever I did in the settings for my stream has made it a little bit better. Like you can kind of like the video runs smoother. Because last time it was like really bad, and then there isn't really too much lag. At least on my side. I don't know if that's true. I kinda get you're good so far. How am I? I am doing good. I'm actually about to eat, or I ate a little bit of bread. It's right in front of my face, but I started talking and it's kind of hard to talk and eat at the same time. So now I'm just, you know, explaining what's going on in the video. So I cut one side of it, right? I think that's what I'm doing. Now I cut one of the little bits. What is it called? I forgot all the English terms. 縫い代英語ってなんだっけ？めっちゃ忘れた。なんか悲しい。全部わかる。聞いたらわかるんだけど、単語がなんか急に出てこないやつ。多言語やってると忘れる。あるあるなのかな？わしだけかなMukbang ASMR See, you know, the funny thing is I'm not really a fan of like eating noises myself. So, you know, I guess it depends on if people want to hear that kind of thing. Oh wait, is this the end of the video? Like I just forgot to cut it off short. It might be. So, I guess that was it. Okay, wait. I'm about to put it back into the sewing machine. Right, I folded the shorter end inside of the like the longer end. That was it. That was it. Okay, that was it. I don't have any other videos to show, I think. Unless... What else did I have? Oh yeah, I made another bag. Another bag. Here's another bag I made. I love this. I love this. The look of this pattern. It's so pretty. The dress that I'm making right now is actually just like this pattern, but everything is pink. So there isn't like blue or yellow or purple or anything. It's all pink. And I did see this specific colorway when I was at the fabric store. Like when I was picking fabric for the dress, I was like, I like this. I definitely like this, but I don't know what I think about it looking on me, if that makes sense. So for me, when I picked the fabric that's like more pink, I was like, oh, maybe like the pink is nice and not as like noisy, because sometimes when you have too many colors it can kind of get ridiculously noisy. I don't know what else to say. It's like a personal preference though. And these flowers are really tiny, so I was like, would the tiny little bits kind of be annoying? Anyway, this, I do not have this anymore. This, I made it as a present. I was making this last stream and I had to cut it short because I didn't realize that I'm gonna have like no time to say goodbye. Anyway, so after that stream I finished because all I had left was to pull the purple strings through so it'll become a drawstring bag, right? But yeah, I love the fabric. I hope who I gave it to will have a use for it. You know, I was thinking it would be cute if you put in like a bunch of scented flowers or something, like dry flowers or potpourri or whatever. That would be cute too. Be like a little nice like smelly drawstring. これね、柄が超好きでさ、本当はね、ドレスこの柄にしようかって思ってたんだけど、ピンクだけの同じ模様なんだけどピンクだけのお花のやつがあってね、そっちにしたんですよ。でまあ先生に昨日この柄見せたらさ、これでもドレス結構良かったんじゃねって言われて、あ、そうなのかなってそうかもしれないって思って、でもまあもうすでにピンクで作ってるから、ピンクは一色っていうかいろんなピンクなんだけど全部お花柄は同じっていうやつでやってるので、私はそれでいいと思う。まあね、なんか他に作ろうと思ったらね、なんか例えばスカートとかでもいいかもしれないと思ったから、この柄でスカートも超絶対可愛いって思って、まああれも面白かったけどね、よく海外の方にね、ちょっとおばあちゃんおじいちゃん感のある柄だねって言われて、でもなんだろうね、やっぱり日本の柄、これ日本しか売ってないらしい、この柄だから日本人受けするのかな、何なんだろう、わからん。私お花もともと好きだからさ、お花はね、お花のこのいろんな色のやつも超好きでね、これ本当はね本当は最初はさ、作るので自分のために作ろうとか思ったんだけど、今お世話になってる方とかね、ちょうどほぼ会えないし、なんか私にできることってなんだろうって思ったらこういうのを作れるから、なんかお礼にこういうの作ってありがとうっていうね意味で渡して、なんて言うんだろうな、なんか好きなものだから逆にあげた方がいいのかなって思う時がある。わしはね、別にそれがそうっていうわけではないし、合ってるか間違ってるかとかそういう問題じゃないんだけどでまあマジでこれ超好きだって思ったらさ、またやっぱりお店に行ってきっと買って自分で作ろうかなとは思う。So I have been like making things for close people because I don't really, some of them I don't really get to see that often anyway, so it's like a nice thing that I can do that maybe they might be able to do themselves, but they might not really have like the time or energy to do it, you know, because some people that I know make things on their own too. But anyway, I was like, I really like this so much. Like I could have kept it, right? I could have just like made something else and given them something else, but I was like, you know, maybe there's something about making something that I really like and then giving it to someone. Because like the more I like something, I feel like there's more happy thoughts within it or something. I don't know. But not gonna lie, if I find the exact same fabric and like they have the kits at the store that I like, if they have them again, like I'll probably get one just for myself. 'Cause even just like looking at the image, you know, the photo of this, it makes me happy. Yeah, this is my most recent thing that I made. No, actually, the pants, like, it has been a couple weeks since I started, so I finally finished those. But then this one, I made like in like one morning. So here's, why is this big? Here's what it looks like. Like I give them in a little big bag, and then I found this like cute masking tape. Can you see? So I found this masking tape. It's so cute. It has like little tits. I keep saying tits because they are. That's what the birds are called. But it's always funny when I say it. Anyway, yeah, these are like the little birds. Like, I feel like I've seen them on Japanese social media so often. But they're like little white birds with relatively darker colored wings, and then they look like manju, like they look like little mochi beings. But yeah, I found this masking tape at a 100 yen store. 100 yen stores have everything, guys. But also, depending on where you go, like even the same chain will sell like a bunch of different things. So even if you think like, oh, I can get the same things at the same 100 yen store, it's not always true. So like if you're in like a fashion district, your 100 yen store there might actually sell more fabric or like handmade related things. And then if you're in an area that doesn't do stuff like that, you might not even find that much stuff. Like I went to a Daiso that has a lot of yarn but not that many fabric, and then like I went to a different Daiso that had like a lot more specific items for like sewing, but they didn't have as many like knitting things. It's interesting. I guess it depends on like the market. Maybe they've done their market research. But yeah, the sticker that I put on the back of this, the little birds, that sticker is from a different 100 yen chain store called Seria. It's from Syria. 100円ショップもさ、同じだと思うけどさ、結構品揃い違うからさ、私毛糸も好きだし布も好きなんだけどさ、今のところなんか行ったダイソーでさ、一つはなんか毛糸がめっちゃ可愛いのいっぱい置いてあるっていうところで、なんか棚がすごい毛糸だらけだったりするんだけど、もう一つはね、どっちかっていうと洋裁とか裁縫、なんか縫い物系のがすごい揃ってるっていうところもあったり、あとセリアもさ、セリアでこのシマエナガのマステを見つけたんだけどさ、セリアもね、刺繍とか刺し子の品が多かって、一人でめっちゃ嬉しくなっていろんなセリアとかダイソー、そう、キャンドゥとかもね、なんかあったよ。かわいい毛糸とか。私100円ショップってさ、もうかぎ針とかさ、針とかさ、結構普通に売ってるから、まあそれは割とどこでも見つかるんだけどさ、今のところね、私が行った限りのお店だとだいたい見つかるんだけど、いやー、毛糸かわいい。これは毛糸じゃない。ちょっと待って、毛糸のお話しよう。Okay, so now that I'm going on to 100 yen store stories, let me show you guys other stuff. So I don't know if any of you know this shark, this cute little shark being. This is little shark. They don't have a name. They're literally just a little shark. And I got this at a bookstore because Japanese bookstores sometimes have these like boxes of items. So this came in like its own box. It actually comes with like a little booklet that talks about the story and the characters. But yeah, this baby shark, you can find them on YouTube. I recommend watching their videos. I don't know if they're translated though. They have 30-second animations, and basically baby shark does not speak like Japanese. They speak their own little language, and it's so cute. I think the subtitle said Little Shark's Day Out or something, so maybe you can find it that way. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, yes. I will take with. And then they came with these two things. So like one of them's like a yellow scarf, and then the other one's their usual little bag fabric thing. Both of them actually have like slits in them, and then they're like bags. So you can actually ask them to hold on to your little things, like, you know, obviously not important things, maybe like a little candy or something you can stick into the little pockets and then, you know, wrap around them, and then you'll have like a little buddy that holds on to tiny things. もうなんかわし小ザメちゃん超好きでさ、 YouTube でさ、60話アニメで30秒ぐらいのやつやってるんだけどさ超かわいい。もうなんか見ててもてーてーってなってさ、やべえってなって、なんか泣きそうになるぐらいかわいいでちょっとね、わしなんか小ザメちゃんの世界観なんかね、ちょっとうつしおに通ずるものがあって、ちょっと嬉しくなるんだよね。唐突にさ、人間の世界にちっちゃいサメさんがいるっていうのとかさ、そういうところも好きだし、まあ、とりあえずね、これは本屋さんでね見つけてお持ち帰りしましたかわいい、やばいってなってね。で、ケイトの話なんだけどね、ケイトの話なんだよっていう話なんだけど、これはまた違うお店でね、これは100均じゃないから。So going back to yarn, so I found these, like the one on the right, it's not that much. It's like a bunch of different types of yarn, like put together and then wrapped around a small little paper cone. It says it's only like 4 meters long, so you know, you don't really have a lot to work with, but it's like just enough for little small trinkets. But then I saw this and I couldn't stop smiling. Like, you know, I have moments like that when I go out places sometimes, like, you know, what is that meme? It says like no one, literally no one, and then like me just smiling over the smallest things. So then I got this I've known about Avril, like the store, but this is like one of the few things I got from them, and it made me happy just looking at the colors and like the way that it's made. So I got this, and then I was like, what if, so like I was thinking, what if I made that little shark that I got like a different version of like like a wraparound scarf thing, right? So then at first I was like, okay, I found this little cone. Now I want to like, make sure there's enough, because it's not gonna be nearly enough for like a whole scarf. So then I was like, what can I pair it with? And then I found this, the korpoker which is like I guess it's like the name of like a fairy in the forest. They're like little tiny people. But yeah, this is like one of the colorways they had. This is the only one they had that had like that vibrant yellow, which was kind of sad. Like a lot of them, the other colors were fine. It's just I like this color a lot. And then there was specifically just one left, so I was like, okay, yoink. But anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use these and then make something. So funny enough, I haven't made anything out of either of these things yet. まあ、とりあえずさっきのさ、小ザメちゃんあるやん。小ザメちゃんになんかスカーフ作ってあげたいって思ったから、これを見つけて、これがって思ったんだけど、面白いことにね、わしこれは使ってないんじゃよ。これはまだ使ってないんじゃよ。で、ダイソー行きました。So I went to Daiso, I got these. So I got the crochet hooks. I got this like yarn called Flow. There were two different colors. There was like this lighter pink version and then this. And I was like, this kind of, the blue kind of reminded me of that, previous, the red that I got, right? Also, it's close to Halloween, so they had like a little cute foldable bag that's like Halloween. Anyway, so I got these. And then I was like, I will make something. So originally I thought I would use this, it was like crochet hooks for the other yarn that I got, right? The one that I got with the pretty blue star kind of one. Starry night kind of one. But then I realized I got thick ones instead. And the yarn that I had was actually relatively thin. And I was like, oops. まあとりあえずね、かぎ針が今なかったから、かぎ針買いに行こうっつって、で、ダイソーあったからダイソー行ったらね、このかわいいフローっていう毛糸もあって、なんかさっきのさ、アブリルの糸みたいな感じの雰囲気が可愛いなって思ったから2玉買ってきた。それででもね、わしね、考えてなかったからね、さっきの糸やん。この糸さ、めっちゃ細いんだよね。で、太い、別に針の太さってあんまり気にしないでもいいんだけどさ、出来上がりが違うからさ、それはそうって思って、太いのだとさ、この毛糸だとね、結構穴が大きくなるからさ、それあんまり、それでもいいんだったらいいんだけど、あんまり嫌かなって思ったから、まあ、じゃあこれは置いとこう、これは今使わないでおこうって思って。So this yarn is relatively thin, but I only got at the time I only got the crochet hooks for relatively thicker yarns. And there's like nothing wrong with using thick yarn or thick crochet hooks for thin needles. Like the biggest difference you'll see, like if you use a needle that's about the same size as the thread, the holes between stitches won't be as big, if that makes sense. So if you use like a thicker a thicker needle, you're gonna have bigger stitches. So then if you like bigger stitches, that's not a big deal. But then if you would rather not see big holes in between, because that's what happens when you have big stitches, you want to use something that's like about the same thickness as the yarn or smaller, you know. Preferences. It's all preferences. But anyway, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this. Since I had the exact right size needles for this, or hooks for these two. So I was like, okay, fine. I will make something out of this instead. And then guess what I made? Actually, this was yesterday I made this. It is kind of hard to tell what the heck this is. But basically, I crocheted like 3 long cords. So I just did a chain stitch of 3 long cords. I didn't really measure. I just kind of made it as long as I thought I needed to. And then I made 3 of them, like about the same length. And then I basically braided them. Which you can't really tell. I think you would have to kind of have it in your hand to be able to tell that it's even braided. Because this yarn itself is kind of like, you know, fuzzy already, so it's kind of hard to tell. I think you can tell because the little braids are different colors, you know, each chain was a little different. So you can kind of tell that it's like not just one part of the yarn, I hope. But yeah, I made this. まあね、かぎ針がさ、ちょうど合う毛糸がこれだったからさ、もういいやって思って、これは昨日作ったやつなんだけど、これはね、鎖編みだけで3本作ったんですよ。3本作ってくっつけて三つ編みした。で三つ編みしたコードがこんな感じよ。ちょっとね、三つ編みかどうかもわからない感じの糸なのはあるんだけど、まあこれ一応はそう三つ編みだよ。でもう一つね、写真撮らなかったんだけど、作った時にもう一つはね、もう一つこんな感じ。So I made a different thing too. Like I made like 2 things for my little shark babu. So here's like one of them. It's like a scarf. Like it's like 6 stitches wide scarf that wraps around like 1.5 times about. I think it's cute. そう一つはね、こんな感じのスカーフを作ったんですよ。で、最初かぎ針でさ、1段編んだ時は1目で、それで6目まで増やして、それで6目の状態をずっとある程度続けて、最後も最初と同じように減らしていくっていう感じで、まあなんかそういうのを作って、それをね、小ザメちゃんに巻いてあげただけ。で、 小ザメちゃん。そう、さっきのはこの前の方ね。で、後ろのさっきのさ、三つ編みのコードは後ろの小ザメちゃんにつけてあげました。だからこれでもうすでに2つある。So I made 2 things already for little shark. It's so easy making little things like this just because it's like thick yarn and thick hooks. But yeah, the one that I showed earlier that was wrapped around the neck was like what I have in front of them, and then the braided cord is in the back. かわいいよね。で、それでね、ちょうどキャンドゥに行ってきてね、キャンドゥでは違うものを買ってきました。So I went to a different 100 yen store that was nearby, and I got this, which is like a thinner crochet hook. So maybe I can work on something with that other yarn that I got, you know. And then also I got this kind of jeans color yarn at the same store. It's called Tonight. そうなんだっけ、かぎ針さ、細さが違うっつってね、欲しいなって思ってて、100円ショップでさ、売ってるのは普通に分かってるから、じゃあ次100円ショップ行くときに買おうかっつって、なんで買おうかなっつったらこれがあったんだよ。
I've been raided! Oh no!
Oh no! Hello Tan, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, Bird Moss. Welcome in. Maginton-san, yahoo. Welcome in. Tan, thank you for the raid. How are you doing? I've been talking about my handmade creations and also things that I've purchased in the past few weeks. Hello, Robert Brown. Thank you for coming in with 10. The channel I am shouting. Oh, I spelled it wrong. I spelled your name wrong, Tan, and then I was like, this channel does not exist. Tan, you're good. You talked about Toho. How has the knitting been? Oh, Toho? I don't know anything about Toho. I'm sorry, guys. You might have to go somewhere else for that if you want to continue your Toho talks. I was just showing what I made for my little baby shark that I got. Well, this is what I purchased because I needed a thinner crochet hook. You keep raiding into Sylvan Seed too. Oh yeah, that's my translating bot. Birdmoz, all I need to know is that the character designs are cute. Yeah, I have heard. Also, it's like a big thing. People are allowed to do a lot of fun fan magic stuff with Toho because the creator has given everyone their blessing. That is all I know. Baby shark do 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 do. So I have a bunch of pictures. I was showing my pants that I sewn. I finished sewing. Oh yeah, here's the baby shark. Baby shark in the little thing that I crocheted. Actually, I crocheted 2 things for the baby shark. Have you guys seen this baby shark? There is an artist called Penguin Box. Penguin Box does like little comics, like full color comics, and then they have a bunch of cute little creatures that they draw, but Baby Shark is one of them, and Baby Shark has their own little 60 episode short anime series. It's like 30-second anime videos on YouTube. It makes me like happy and cry at the same time because they're so adorable. They also don't speak Japanese. They speak like their own language. It's very cute. I recommend if you like sharks. I guess you don't have to like sharks. If you like cute creatures, you can go and check them out. I believe you can find them if you look up Little Sharks Day Out, Baby Sharks Day Out. I guess they're not baby, but Penguin Box recently has drawn them as a baby with like diapers. It's really cute. Universal gibberish. It is, but it's really fun because I think the gibberish is still based on Japanese. So like when they're eating food and they find it really delicious, so Japanese you say oishi, right? But then they'll be like oichiyo, and I'm like, oh, it's so cute. It's too cute. But yeah, these are really simple projects I made. The one that it's wearing now, I made 3 chain stitches and then I braided them and then turned them into a cord and then I just wrapped that around their neck. Pingu Claymation kind of has that. I haven't watched Pingu in a while. Noot noot. Noot noot. Okay. Yeah, but original Baby Shark looks like this with the things that came with it is their usual little furoshiki. What's furoshiki in English? Furoshiki is just literally a fabric that you can turn into a bag, you know? But yeah, they come with these little pocket pouch thingies that you can wrap around their neck. And I was like, I will make my own because I can and I will. So that's basically what I did. But yeah, how is everyone doing? Oh yeah, here are my pants that I made. You wanted to see. My first pair of pants. I don't know if I have yet, but I have been getting over my fear of using patterns. Like, pre-made patterns. I'm also learning how to manipulate patterns from like this series of books that they have in Japan. I don't know if they would ever translate to English though. They're really good books. They have like full-size patterns that you can copy from, and then you like it tells you what you can do with it and how to change things, like if you need to add more length or whatever, or like, you know, add little details to things, and it gives you like a basic how-to of everything. But yeah, I've been having a lot of coaching and teaching from this full-time tailor who has been, you know, sewing forever basically. It has been helping because they will give me pointers for what I could do or like what I could change. And then also it's been nice because like I don't know how to, like I've been doing everything on my own, studying from whatever I could find online or on books that I find and stuff. So then, you know, they do it as a job and they do it as a living. So they'll be like, this is the trick that you can use to make sure that things aren't off, or you could do this instead of like what it says on the pattern. But basically these pants I made from like a pattern that I got for free at like a fabric store. I bought fabric for a dress that I'm making. I don't really have a lot of good photos for it. Yeah, I've been working on a dress. I'm unfortunately not really that close to being done. I'm almost done sewing like the main parts, but I still have to do a lot of finishing. And I also need to add like an inner lining. That's something I've never really thought about until learning how to make the dress. I have been busy making a lot of stuff. It hasn't been all big stuff. I've also been making little things. Maybe some of you have seen my past streams, like from this past month. I've been doing hand cam streams where I just show what I'm making or working on. I've been having fun with these little drawstring bags. But yeah, the fabric's really cute. Yeah, there's this one fabric store that I found that I'm not too far from, and I've been having a lot of fun just like going there. Bird moss, have I crushed thing with great force in one hand lately? I don't know what that means. どういうこと? 何? Oh yeah, but it is funny because this pattern, I guess, is like a Japan limited pattern. Then like a lot of people on my sewing streams and stuff have been like, you know, it's like grandma pattern. And I'm like, why is it grandma pattern? I guess it's like the vibes. Maybe that's like a aesthetic. Bird moths, you find it relaxing and greatly satisfying, whatever it could be, from bananas to a loaf of bread. Wait, do you do that with your bananas? Like when you're making banana bread? I guess I haven't really been crushing things, but I do. But I do like my squishies. Like I squish my little shark friend. What else? Oh, I haven't taken a photo, but okay, some of you may know because you guys are like at all of my streams or something, but I finally finished the scarf that I started on like one of my streams like last year or something. Maybe even 2 years ago. I don't even remember. I was doing a knitting stream, and then I was using this like purpley yarn that has like this like sparkly tape that's mixed into it. I finally finished. I finally finished the purple scarf. Tan, you know about the purple scarf? Yeah, it's really long, but I finally finished it. I also like had enough yarn at the end to make a little loop, which is kind of like it looks weird at first, but it's kind of nice having this little loop at the end because you can pull one side through into the other and then it just stays there, if that makes sense. So it's its own little like device to make sure you don't have to like tie your scarf or whatever, just like you pull it through the hole. Yeah, and I haven't taken photos of it, but partly because the yarn kind of looks funny, so it doesn't really look professional. It just kind of looks wonky, so maybe I'll wash it first. But yeah, I have so many things that I've been making. I'm gonna start working on this bag. So, like, I was supposed to make a... You know, when you start making things, I don't know if this is like how it is for other people, but I forget how long it takes, or like sometimes I don't even know how long it takes, right? And then I'll start on it and I'll be like, wait, just doing this one bit took me like 3 hours. And then I'll have to like put it down, because then I gotta do something else, right? That has been my experience. Basically. I am ancient core. I mean, it makes sense. I'm at least 700. In Utsio years. Yeah, and I was like, okay, when do I do all the other things? So I gotta plan. Bird moths, you don't plan things out and then feature blow gets the hold of you. I know, right? I know. I recently got to chat with someone who is working on like their own game project kind of thing. And that was like something we had in common. Or we talked about like the feature bloat or whatever, I guess. Where, you know, we have these big ideas, but then realize that it's gonna be too much for the first thing, if that makes sense. Like, it's not too bad if you think about it in many years' time. But for the first project, sometimes you gotta kind of calm down. Yeah, so I guess they were saying, like, it has taken a lot longer than they originally planned or were hoping. And I'm like, I know that feeling. Because, like, when I first started drawing manga too, like, I didn't realize how long it would take me to just do, like, one or two pages. So now I gotta rethink how I want to do my manga. I do know some manga artists who do, like, maybe 4 panels at a time. And their art style is very, very simple. Like, the way that they draw is so nice. And the story itself is so cute, so it makes sense. But then I started with like full, you know, full like relatively realistic body types. detailed shots of faces. Like, oh man, don't. So yeah, I'm like, at least there's a part of my brain that's like, I still want to do manga, or at least like, maybe if I can't do manga, I can write, right? I can write my own story out and at least have it in text form. So perhaps that is really something. Advice to get into manga: don't. Basically. Try out different methods, right? Yeah. What else have I done? Since last month, I've made one Sashiko coaster. I made 3 drawstring bags, 1 handbag, 1 pair of pants, the little shark, the little neck things for my little shark buddy. I'm about to start on another bag. It's a lot of stuff. Oh, and then I finished like my the scarf. The longest scarf. It's not the longest. I actually made like an even longer scarf, and I think it's more annoying than anything, but I gave that to someone that I know, and I'm like, I don't know if they really wanted it. You know what I mean? It's probably like so long for them. I like really long scarves, but you know, that's just me, right? But then I don't know if they really wanted that. But yeah. I mean, the idea is like maybe in the future I'll have my little store online or something, so then people can get one of a kind handmade Ven things, you know what I mean? Because that would be fun. Yeah, honestly, I don't have a lot of images to share with my dress though, because I'll like forget. And this isn't even like what it looks like now, because I've already figured out how to make the ribbon a little bit better. But this is like an early stage of the top, and then this is like what the neckline would be like. So there's like a bow. You can tie the bow in different ways. But basically my teacher was trying to say that like there are a couple different ways to make ribbons. So I could also, you know, have not necessarily tie the 2 ends together, but lay them out so it looks like a ribbon, and then put like an extra bit of fabric in between them, so then like I tie the ribbon that way, if that makes sense. So I don't have to worry about one side of it being too short, because you know when you tie any string, like if you're doing like the ribbon tie, you're using more length of one of the ties than the other, if that makes sense. And if that's not a problem, like it's again all aesthetic choices. So if you don't mind that, it's fine too. But if you like even ribbons, you can always make like a little loop to put the 2 ends through, so it almost looks like it's like tied together, but it's not. What might be tricky to scale? Yeah. What else have I done? I don't know if some of you got to see my Monster Hunter exhibition video. It was a past stream. I showed like all the photos that I took when I was there, or at least the ones that I'm allowed to take, because they had like this AR experience thing where they put people in a relatively big room, and then like we put on like our, you know, VR headsets and stuff. Shop for handmade things depending on the product. Well, I'll figure it out. I'm not like in a rush for it. And I probably only really like, I guess I have a bunch of ideas for how I would want to go about it, but for the most part, I think in the beginning it wouldn't be really like super publicized, because like I think there are definitely people in my community who would like that kind of stuff, but not necessarily like, I'm not a big VTuber, so you know, obviously then I would have to like do more research, marketing and stuff. You've seen some limited edition 6 for $400 a piece from a Japanese artist. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, I have friends who do that kind of stuff too. So maybe I'll figure it out. Limited edition plushies. Oh, that's cute too. Plushies are fun. Maybe one day Ven plushies as well. Depends a lot on the hours put in. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of time to make things by hand. I mean, I'm definitely not gonna try and be like competing against like you know, machine made things. It's like a completely different thing. They were very cute. That's cool. Ven plushies from scratch. Growing, harvesting, treating, dyeing, construction. Man, I mean, you can you can definitely grow, like if you're using like a fabric made out of natural fibers, you can grow the thing from scratch. And then oh man, I know some people do that. Like some people will have, for example, they have sheep or whatever, right? And then they take the sheep out, and then they shave them. They take the all the wool that they get, they clean it up, they like card it so it's like really nice and neat, and then they start making yarn from it, and then they make like either a blanket or or something like that. And imagine the amount of time that takes. Bird boss, I made my clothes out of repurposed cardboard boxes. I mean, you probably could somehow. Because, you know, cotton's still plant fiber. Maybe there's... I mean, you can make paper fabrics too, so I guess you could. Marketing is a big factor for small shops for good word of mouth. Yeah. I think it's also just like where you advertise if you do, and then like how you approach it, and you know, obviously like you have a goal that you want to meet maybe, but for now, like for me, it's just like a big idea I have. I just need to work with it, basically. Oh no, I don't have more sky photos. No, it's fine. Wait. Maybe? Nature videos. Are? I have been going on fun walks. For animal husbandry, wool farm is probably hard to beat on economies of scale. Yeah. I mean, everything... It's kind of also like everything takes time. Like if you're farming, you gotta take care of all the animals, you gotta make sure they're fed and well groomed, and you know, at least like with wool, I think you can only harvest wool once a year, and maybe more or less depending on the animal itself. But yeah, I've also seen like people who herd certain, I think it's sheep, but like they don't actually like own them or anything. They're just like in the mountains somewhere, and then once every 2 years or something they have to like rally them in, and then and then, you know, basically take their fur, because it's like every 2 years that they grow out completely or something. And I'm like, that's a lot of work. But I think if you want to get that wool specifically, it can be a lot of money, just because, you know, that's a lot of work that goes into it. And then I think the amount that you can get from one of those harvests is relatively small anyway. I forgot what the name of the sheep is. I like watching videos like that. I like watching a lot of things like, oh, where does this come from? Or like, how do they make this obscure thing? That's been like my pastime. If I'm like working on something, I can have like a video in the background. It's like, oh yeah, this is how people make kimono, and like how they dye them, and then like what they do to get the little patterns. It's so tiny. Bird Moss 3-hour video game essays on your side. That's fair. Those are fun too. Yeah, but I haven't been into those as much. I guess what I've been more into is like I've been watching like tarot card readings just because they're fun. It's like you don't even have to believe it, because like the people that do those are very good at connecting information together, and it's almost like listening to like an individualized story, if that makes sense. And it's really fun for me because I'm like, ooh, that's like a fun idea for like a story if you like storytelling. Partly also like I am kind of interested in making videos like that at some point in my near future. I tried to make a new video for my second YouTube channel, right? It was like, I'm gonna talk about the laws of attraction and how to use that from like a psychological perspective. It's like I tried. I recorded a 30-minute video, and then instead of 30, it was 7 minutes long. I was like, what the heck happened? So I guess I have to redo it. It's fine. And I was like, okay, fine. This is like the world telling me to do something else. But yeah, I was like, how to explain the thing without it having to be like supernatural and stuff. I mean, you know, if you know me, I am from a supernatural world, so you know, I'm not like against it. I just know people who don't necessarily like that kind of stuff applied to their own life. So then I was like, well, how would you explain the same thing, but without this whole like fluffy idea of like the world being your friend or whatever, you know? And then I was like, oh, you know, the law of attraction. It's literally just biases. Because like if you're focused on something fun, the more likely you're gonna be able to seek out more fun things, because that's what your focus is. And then if you're a little bit more maybe down in the dumps and you're sad or something, you're gonna notice more things that are gonna make you sad. It really depends on the thing needing to be explained. Explain this. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, I don't know what it sounds like for you guys. Can you hear the water in the back? Robert, you've heard the interpretation that the law of attraction is more about being ready for opportunity when it presents itself without accidentally fumbling because you don't believe it might work out. Oh, that's a cool perspective. Yeah, I was just thinking about like the whole law of attraction thing in the sense of like psychological biases. So I mean, at least like that's what I think. Like every time I hear someone be like, stay positive, or like, you know, don't be negative, that's like what I think about is can't hear the water. Oh, no water. お水聞こえないか。悲しいね。Oh, you can hear it now. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet still. But anyway, what was I saying? Right. So like when I hear people say the positive and negative, like so some people explain it like if you're too negative, you're gonna bring on negativity towards you and whatever. But then I honestly just think that's just like a bias thing because you know, if you're sad or if you consider being sad a negative thing, right? You're gonna focus on that. And then you're just gonna be like thinking about all the things that make you sad or something, right? So then you're attracting sadness in a way because you're just thinking about it. And then I guess the idea is like if you're too negative, then because you're so focused on the negativity, then you're gonna end up seeking out more of that unless you know your own tendencies and then are able to steer yourself away from that. I had to learn that, which it's not as hard as I thought it would be, but it's definitely kind of like when I get sad, I definitely go into a spiral of sadness. So what I do to stop it is I'll just like maybe look at something that makes me happy. So I'll look at my little baby shark or something. Baby shark makes me happy, and then I'll just be like head pats or something. Do I ever want to lay in a shallow river looking up to the sky? Yeah. You know what I want to do more? It's like just lay in grass and look at the sky. But then you know, the laying in the shallow river thing, I feel like it depends on where you're at. Because if I were to do that now, I'm probably gonna get bitten by mosquitoes. And I'm not a fan of mosquitoes. Please don't eat me, mosquitoes. I know you need it to have babies and survive and stuff, or you know, because mosquitoes only bite, like the females only bite when they need to lay eggs, because it's like extra whatever is in blood, I guess, is helpful for them to have babies. My blood is so sweet. Do you know how many times I got bitten in like a temple that I went to? Man, that's like the worst part of going to a nice place and then just getting mosquito bombed. So I was like, ooh, it's a nice temple, it's so pretty here. And then I have like 3 mosquitoes on my arm. 7 times! I get it, Birdmouse, I get it. Man. Yeah, within like the past month, I've already gotten bitten like 10 times, and I'm just like, please don't. That's enough. That's enough for me. Especially since like, I don't know about you guys, but mosquito bites last forever for me. Or it feels like it lasts forever, and I'm just sitting there itching. Like, what the heck? Why can't it be nicer? So then I'm like, okay, do I want to go to a temple or a shrine right now? No. Or, I mean, it's not too bad as long as I think it's like if you have any bunch of water that's just like still waters. Be careful, there are mosquitoes. Or maybe there are, maybe not. I think when I went to take a video of this, I think the water was relatively more runny than still, so maybe that's why I didn't have to think about it. I was also clothed. I was talking to someone who was wearing like basically shorts and t-shirt, and I'm like, do you not get bitten? And they're like, nope. And I'm like, can I trade you that part? Well, I don't want them to get bitten, but you know what I mean. Oh man. Just wear more and have chemicals. Oh, I wear more enough. I also don't. I do use some chemicals sometimes, but I'd rather not. Just cause it's gross. It's like it gets sticky, and I'm like, nah. Full plate armor. Just become bird moss. Become bird moss. Shielded from nature. Shielded from the outside world. I'm thinking about what else I can show or share and show and stuff. You get bitten all the time? No! You are me, for real, for real. Did I do like a photo of talking about the sky that I took? I like taking photos of the sky. More. Okay, I'm sorry it's stuck. Is this stuttery for It's too loud, I'm sorry. Destroy earbuds, I'm sorry. Is that quieter? Is that enough, or is it still loud? On my side, it's like, and I'm like, it might not actually be playing as nicely as I wanted. It's fine. I might post these on Twitch stories or maybe on my YouTube or something. It's too powerful. It's too heavy. That's what it is. It was funny though, because I was like recording this and I was in this area like alone, which happens sometimes. I'll be like in a nice place and like there's no one around. But yeah, I was like taking this video and then someone else came like next to me and they started taking videos and they're like, same as these. Same. Yeah, I do have more photos of food, but I did not download them, so I do not have anything else to show. I hope everyone is having a good time and maybe they are sleeping if they need to and all that. Wait, did I even... I did not introduce myself. Too late, I guess. But anyway, I guess if you're still here, I don't know how many people are still here from the raid, but if you are new here, hello, this is Sylvan Gintsugi and only wearing a fox mask. I do a lot of different creative stuff. I started off as an VTuber. I still do my own art. I still do, illustrations and all that. But more recently, I got into sewing. I've also been doing a lot of knitting in the past. I got into embroidery recently. I'm doing a lot of art stuff, art and handcraft. I like using my hands and making things. Yeah, and then the music that you hear in the background is also made by me. So nice to meet me for the first time. Thank you, Verdwas. I am glad this is the first time we've met and it's like we're hitting it off. But yeah, so it's, I keep forgetting about September. But last September what I did was anyone who subscribed, I made them like an emote. Like, obviously if you're not a VTuber, you might not necessarily need it, but it could be used like an icon. I was like wondering if people were actually interested in that kind of stuff or not. Oh, thank you, Robert. But yeah, I speak Japanese and English, so I may rant in Japanese at times or like in English at times. And if you feel like it and you want to know what I'm saying, because maybe you don't necessarily know one or the other or whatever, let me know, and I can explain what I'm talking about if you missed out, or that stuff. Things like that. Yeah, I made my own moving forms. Emotes icons to depict your extreme insomnia and anguish. Don't you already kind of have one that's like, ugh? like one of yours is already kind of like you being like really sad. That one. Yeah, that one. Wait, why are you not going to sleep, Birdmoss? Also, I have missed a lot of time with some of you guys. So Birdmoss, did you finish your big project? Or is it almost done? It has been like a month. I don't really get to see a lot of people's streams as often right now, just because of like all the other things that I've been working on. The RPG is finished forever. Wow. I guess I missed, like, if you posted it anywhere, I missed it. Yeah, I've been off of social media as well, because I think I keep focusing on the wrong things. Like, law of attraction or whatever, but I think I'll keep looking at like the weird, awkward things that I don't necessarily like. And then, SNS will be like, oh, you like this thing because you've been on it for like 5 more seconds than anything else. Let me share all of the things that are related to it. And then it's like, okay, no. No, leave me alone. It's not so bad from just like what people I follow post. It's more the For You tab. I really need to like destroy that tab or something. But sometimes I'll find new things in it that I'm like really excited about, so But I have been, you know, kind of thinking about things more in the sense that things are just information. It's not good or bad. It's like what you perceive it to be. So, you know, just because I think something isn't really nice doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? It's just that I personally do not like it. Twitter has likes for that too. Yeah. Although I've been refraining from liking things. I have been liking like art and people's, you know, happy posts where they're like, I got to do this thing, or like, you know, I got to enjoy this, or like, this is the food I had, and I'm like, nice. The For You tab depends on people you follow, and people those people follow too. That makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Then maybe some of the people that I follow aren't necessarily posting weird things, but then like the ones that they follow post weird things. That's fair. But yeah, I also know some people who have figured out a way to make sure that their For You tab is never opened, and also they only see cute things. And I'm like, I haven't been able to replicate it on my side, so I'm just like, let me not look at Twitter. And then also Instagram, I haven't really posted anything new on Instagram just because Meta updated their what is it? What is it called again? Their terms of service. The TOS has been changed, so I was like, I don't want to feed into their AI stuff. I have been posting stories just to be like, I live, I alive, but nothing new that I've drawn is on there. It's fine. I haven't figured out how to use Kara enough. I do have one, but and then Threads is like just a big no for me, even though like at first I remember like a lot of people were migrating to Threads from Twitter, and then I followed, and then every time I open it, it's just not. It's just not. Like, nope. So yeah, I still have an account just because I have like an Instagram account and it's basically tied to it, but yeah, no, that app is not gonna be downloaded ever again. And I think Blue Sky, I just don't really use it. But yeah, so many social media stuff. I used to use Tumblr. That was where I posted a lot of my art. Then I moved to Instagram. I have a Pixiv, I have a DeviantArt, I have a... What do I not have? I haven't really done much with a lot of them. I tried to post on note.com sometimes. It's like a mostly Japanese blog kind of thing though. But yeah, I was so sad. I was like making a video for my second YouTube channel and talking. And I was like, that's a good 30-minute talk about what I think about things. And then it's like, it's funny because it starts off fine. And then at one point, I don't know what happened, but then the video speeds up. It speeds up, so then I sound like a squirrel. And the video is like not even half of the length that it should be. So technically, you might be able to watch it if you like slowed my video down. But I was like, no. This is going into the trash. The trash it goes. Let me move. Let me move into my room or something. No, don't load that. 0.5 speed Ven is drunk slurring mode. He got excited. Maybe that's what it was. The excitement that I had went into my video. Because I've been meaning to record things. But I think I need to get over my perfectionism. Because what happens is I'll be like, okay, maybe I want to talk about this idea and then do a video on that. But then instead of actually just taking it, you know, because opinions and thoughts can change over time, right? It's not like I have to have a perfect thought about how I see the world right now and then never change it. So at least with the law of attraction thing that I had in mind, I was gonna change it into a video like 2 months ago or something, because I was thinking about it. And then I was like, okay, finally, I think I can talk a little bit better about it. And then the video died. 0.5 speed Ven. You know, that's the funny thing, is like the video would force you to slow me down, but then I can imagine some people probably watch my video at like twice the speed just because of the speed that I already talk at. Otis, thank you for being first to the stream. Good morning, how are you doing? With practice, it might become easier keeping a good speed. Well, you know, the funny thing is, I did think a lot about the way that I speak, but funny enough, you know, the way that people perceive is obviously out of my control. But when I first went to voice training, my teacher was like, you know, you should just keep the pace that you speak at. And I was like, what? And their reasoning for it was because it's easier to speak faster than it is to slow down. And I was like, huh, I didn't really think about it because this is just how I speak. Otis, you're not doing too well. You got a bunch of money stuff to worry about. Ah, I see. I'm sorry to hear that. Did you at least sleep? Did you get to chill for a few hours? Godspeed, Otis. I hope you figure it out. Or if you know, if you need help, I hope you get the help that you need. You did sleep technically? Technically? Technically, did you micro sleep? That's what I've been doing. Sometimes I get sleepy and then I fall asleep and then I'll wake up like maybe like a few minutes later and I'll be like, oh, I'm awake now. It's not a good thing apparently. But yeah, I hope you're able to figure out what's going on with that. You slept, but it was probably impaired by the stress. I'm sorry to hear that, Otis. Yeah, money stuff can be stressful. And you know how they say, like, worrying makes you worry about the thing even if it isn't as bad as it could be. So then you get like double the negativity or whatever. But at the same time, it's like it's not something you can always control. Yeah. Bird moths worrying makes you poo your pants? Do you worry? Do you guys worry? I worry a lot. But not as much as I used to. In the past, I would just start worrying about something and that would be the rest of the day. And I'll be like, wow. That's just not really healthy. Bird moths, you're currently unemployed, so yes. I see. So, does that mean you're in job search mode? Otis, you don't usually worry too much, but usually when you worry, you start to feel stomach pains. Ah, right. So you get the tummy aches. Yeah, I get chest tightness. It's like a big thing that I get when I'm worried. And sometimes it's not even that I'm worried. Like sometimes it's just like I feel bad or something and then it gets tight and then I'm like Bird moths, you're looking around and doing comms. Animation industry makes nothing certain. Ah, I see. Do you guys have like those jobs where it's like 1 year contract and then you don't know what happens next? I think those can be kind of difficult to work with. I do remember someone I know who in the way that they would look for jobs, they would just like go somewhere. They would just go into like a business that they want to work at and just just go right ahead and talk to people that work there, which is like really straightforward of them, I guess. But I don't know if that's like a thing that everyone has the option of doing. I think it's gonna like specifically they didn't really mind. Birdmoz, you had that ongoing for 8 years at the studio, but they needed to downsize. So my question is, what do they do when they downsize animation studios? Because I'm like, who's gonna animate when they don't have animators? That's my question. Like, who does that instead if they get rid of all the people that work on the art? I don't get it. Birdmoz, you have no idea. They just stopped production on those shows, so they just end the shows. But then if you're an animation company, right? Then if you're not doing animations, what do you do? Do you just become a different company? Well, just we'll get the robots to animate. Surely this could never go wrong. Oh man. Robert the Rest is gonna pick up the slack in death, which is pain. Looks like retail is back on the menu. I see. I hope if you do, that you find a place that you like working at. Because, you know, sometimes you can find stores that have really good people working there, and that makes like a big difference in terms of how you feel. At least I had that. I was at a little store, and the people there were very kind. And I was like, wow. It makes a lot of difference. Like when people are willing to talk with you and not just, you know, kind of treat you like an object, I guess. Writing off projects work too. Oh, I guess I have heard stuff like that. I think I'm pretty sure it depends on the place, but I've heard about, you know, some companies, like they start doing outsourcing work, so then they don't necessarily need the people who have been doing the work up till then, because then, like, you know, maybe it's like cheaper to outsource, and then even if it might be a little bit of a pain to express what is necessary for the project, like it's like, you know, cost effective or whatever in terms of financial stuff at the company. At least that's what I've heard, so maybe it's something like that. We'll never know. Otis, you're glad your current co-workers are all really chill people, including your manager? That being said, you still really want a new job because you want to move where 90% of your friends are. Ah, I see. Right. Yeah, that's something to think about. You know, I have like a lot of friends, but they all live in different countries and different places, so that's cool that there's a place that you can go to where 90% of your friends are. But yeah, I hope you can find something that's like near your friends, because that is kind of sad to not be able to see them or like, hang out once in a while. It's just bring your current coworkers and your manager with you, Otis. Just bring your whole job with you and then move. That would be cute. I know that's not. It's just like a fun thing to think about. You have all of the people that you like. Yeah, the downside to being someone who moves a lot is that I really don't have people I get to see that often. Like, I have to travel in order to see anyone. Otis, you would if you could afford a place on your current wages. Ah, I see. That makes sense. That's a thought. Oh yeah, this is random. Sorry, I was thinking about finances or whatever. So I do have a new charity going on my channel. Basically, Twitch has an option for streamers to turn it on or off or whatever. And it has nothing to do with like the channel. As in, like, nothing comes to me. Like, if you donate to the charity on my channel, it goes straight to the people that is represented. And I was like, so far I've done 2 separate places. I've done St. Jude's Children's Hospital and then also the Trevor Project, I think. But then I was like, what's something else that I can have a charity open for? And I did UNICEF, I think. So I was looking for some like Japanese ones too, but I couldn't really find ones. At least like ones that I thought were nice. I could have also done like gamers outreach. Maybe, but it's there. It's there if any of you are feeling donatey. But it's so weird because when you get to pick, so you get to pick the organization of your choice, and I think some of them you might not be on the list. But then I was like looking at UNICEF, right? And I was like, there are like 7 or 8 or something, and I'm like, which one? There's like multiple, and I didn't really know. And there's none for Japan, so I guess I was like, I guess the US one. So yeah, that's there. I guess one of the things I wanted to do when I started streaming like 3 years ago is that I wanted to do more charity stuff. So the fact that it's just like an option on Twitch is really nice. Like, it's there. I don't have to think too hard about it. But yeah, only if you are able to, obviously. No worries if you can't. Or maybe UNICEF isn't your choice of place that you would want to donate to. I don't know, but yeah, it's there. So it's been 2.5 hours at least, right? Okay, how is it that late? Oh, I guess I did. I started this stream later. Is it bedtime for some of you? Probably. I gotta eat my bread that's in front of my face. I wish I could show it, but I don't have a hand cam that I could use right now. Otis, you just woke up. Bray. I have Bray. You know, if I didn't really care about food, my first choice of food would probably be rice and something else. But only because that's just like a staple Japanese food thing. But there's this one bread shop. We have a lot of bread shops in Japan where you can choose from like a variety of breads that they've baked over the morning or whatever. And this bread place has new stuff every once in a while, and also sometimes sometimes daily? I don't know if it's daily, but they do change out what they sell. So you get different types of bread like every time you go pretty much. And then I got their bread and I basically had forgotten to eat what I've gotten because I've been like either going out with people to eat or, you know, just not feeling hungry enough to eat. So now I'm eating the bread that was like from last week. But it's good. Like one of them's like this panini and it has eggplant inside of it, which is nice. Because eggplant, I don't really have a lot of eggplant breads, but it's like a eggplant that's thinly sliced. There's some like sauce on it, and it's laid inside of yeah, panini basically. And then the other one is like a focaccia that's, I think it's just cheese. It's just a cheese focaccia, but it's very chewy and delicious. There are recipes for old bread too. Oh yeah, you can do things with old bread, that's true. But thankfully these weren't so old that they were like they needed to be cooked, you know what I mean? Like I was like expecting them to be bad and like maybe that I would have to throw them out, which would have been sad. But thankfully all I did was put them in the toaster and then they became pretty delicious. Are there not many breads you can put on stuff yourself, like deli meats, cheese, etc.? There are. I don't really have much at the moment, at home at least. But yeah, I guess bread stores in Japan, we do have breads that you can slice up and put stuff on. Like we do have baguettes, we do have like the square toast bread. Yeah. Yeah, we do have like this. We tend to like fluffy, chewy bread. So a lot of the plain breads that we have is like a thicker sliced fluffy bread. And then when you toast it, the outside is crispy and it's really like soft and moist in the middle. But yeah, I haven't really been to a deli type place Like we used to have meat stores and like tofu stores, but I don't know. I don't know about. I haven't really seen like deli meat that, I think that what you're talking about. Maybe I just haven't seen them because I haven't really been seeking them either. Yeah, I tend to get breads that are already kind of cooked with something in it. So, the panini itself it has eggplant in it. Yeah, the focaccia is just like a cheese, but it's not something that I would think about putting anything on. We do have like spreads though. We have like jams, and I got this like chocolate spread thing that you put on toast. Yeah, maybe at supermarkets. Yeah, that's true. They do have ham and stuff at supermarkets. That's true. I've been avoiding a lot of like cured meats for some reason. Not because like I don't like them. I just haven't had a taste for them recently. So maybe that's why I just like forget. Like I'll like glance over them so I don't know what's over there. Yeah, mostly my bread purchases have been at this one bread store that's close to where I've been learning how to sew. And then the rest I get at like convenience stores sometimes. Robbery, you heard that breads with stuff in them are preferred by customers? Ah, I see. Birdmas, would I rather have ill meats? Oh man. That's such a silly way to put that. Do you want your meat cured or ill? Stuff you need to cut up yourself, like salami. I think they do have them. I just haven't gone out of my way to get them. Because we do have sausage, we do have hams, like we have sliced hams and stuff, so I could always go and get them and like get lettuce and tomato and stuff and make like a sandwich like that too. A baker from Fukuoka said that, if you recall correctly. Oh, I see. That's fair. I feel like a lot of Japanese people also want that only because it's like easy. Not everyone has time to cook for themselves, so it's kind of like good to have options where it's just like bread that already has kind of what you would want in, maybe like a lunch or something. We have a lot of egg sandwiches and ham sandwiches in convenience stores as well. Actually, convenience stores have a lot of food. So we have spaghetti in convenience stores. We have udon in convenience stores. We have soba in convenience stores. We got all kinds of different types of onigiri, or like rice balls. We even have like plain rice ball with salt. They sell those at convenience stores. They have little salads that you can buy, and in little packets, so you don't have to worry about it being too much. Or butter, delicious meat and open face sandwiches on rye wheat bread, for example. Yeah, you can get those if you go to like a fancy cafe, definitely. Bento go hard. Bento always go hard. Bento so delicious. Yeah, we have those like fish, grilled fish bento. Oh, so I wasn't hungry yesterday, so I got like, I didn't take photos of it or anything, but they have these like protein bar things that aren't really bars, they're just meats. So I had one that's like a chicken sausage. It was literally a chicken sausage. And they were like, oh, protein. It's like 12 grams of protein or something. 7-Eleven is gearing up for rice balls in the US. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Are you guys excited for that? I mean, I don't know if that's like, I only remember that I think it was like a New York thing. I don't know if they're gonna do it for the rest of the country. I wonder what people are gonna feel about it. Can you imagine like the US diet becoming rice balls? That would be so interesting. I mean, it wouldn't, replace the staple. I'm just saying, like, it would be interesting to see people in the US just like going out and to the park, and then they have like a bento box of rice balls. You know what I mean? Otis, you would love to try some of those triangular jelly donuts that Brock was talking about. Look at this jelly donut. It's like, what is that? This jelly donut has a pickled plum inside. Oh. I also love the idea of like those people who've made it already, where it's a donut but shaped like onigiri. I love that. The Japanese branch bought the US chain. Rice balls are tasty. Oh, okay, so wait, Japanese 7-Eleven has it is now Japanese, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. What's that gonna be? I guess if you guys get to experience the new and changed 7-Eleven, let me know. Cause like from what I know, US 7-Eleven is mostly like snack foods that are in like bags and lots of bottled waters and teas and sugary drinks, and then maybe donuts and those like hot dogs. Jelly donuts probably could work in Japan too. That's true. Oh, we do have like a weird thing for donuts though. I did see like a new store for a donut. Wait. No. Not that donut store. I took a photo. But there's a store that's called I'm Donut? It's called I'm Donut ? It has a question mark in the name. And I was tempted to line up for it, but I didn't. Because I was like, I'm not donut right now. Otis, you want to try rice balls, to be honest. You also wish ramen was a more common thing at restaurants here. Oh, I see. You know what I wish the US had more of? Is like the quality of food that Japan has, but like around similar prices. I mean, it would be cool to see what that would do, because like technically, like right now with the currency exchange rate right now, right, you can get a Japanese rice ball like for $1 and some cents or something, right? Wouldn't you want an onigiri for $1 and a little bit of cents? Jelly donuts. You want some jelly donuts with nice cooked salmon, seasoned salmon, maybe even tuna. What about some like pickles in the middle? Maybe mayo and some fish roe. Robert might take some time gearing up and testing. Yeah, makes sense. Japan is a bit insane on fruit. Oh yeah, we have our fruits. We gotta make sure it's all seasonal. I got to eat peaches recently. I was happy. And then even though peaches make me really itchy once I eat them, I'm like, this is fine. And then we've had some grapes, like the green kind and the more dark purple kind. We have figs. Oh yeah, I got to eat some figs with like ice cream on top. That was so good. My teacher, my sewing teacher, is also like a genius at making foods and different types of dishes. And I've been blessed with their cooking. Don't eat things I'm allergic to. I know, but I used to love peaches. It's so sad that I got allergic to peaches at some point. I don't know when. Oh, Tiz bought some jelly donuts for Christmas, called those Jolly Donuts. That's cute. Donuts! Yeah, so there's a store in Japan called I'm Donut? I forgot the other one that was like a new place. I walked by it right before they like formed a huge line, and I was like, maybe I should have gone in just to experience the newest, this new place without the big line, I don't really care for lining up for things, so. Although there is this one ramen chain that is always lining up. It's like you can never go there without having a big line. But I also have been I get lucky with I don't know if it's like just the time that I pick or what, but I get lucky and I tend to be able to skip lines for things that even have lines, so I don't know. maybe I can share my luck with you guys. Anyone who is here, maybe next time you need to go somewhere that lines up, maybe you will be able to skip the line. Did I have home ec? Me personally, no. But depends on the place, because depending on schools and like where you are, it might not be a thing, but it could be. Like I apparently I've heard that some places actually do have it and then some places don't, and it really depends on like the school's budget and like teachers and stuff. Otis, you're donut. I'm donut sounds like the sequel to I'm bread. Ichiran, no, Ichiran's just like another restaurant. There's a ramen place that serves ridiculously oily, huge portioned ramen. Unless you go there and ask specifically to get less noodles, which you can. And I guess if you can't really eat a lot, you really should not get the normal size. It's ridiculous. But it's called Jiro. Jiro ramen is like a really cool. I think they're the first place that made like a whole branch of ramen called Jiroke. And basically Jiro ramen, like you go in there, you get a ticket for your ramen, and then you gotta tell the people making your ramen like how you want it cooked, so you can tell them how al dente you want noodles, how much noodles you want. You can say like more or less, which more I think you have to pay more for. Maybe they've changed it. Maybe they've made the tickets so that you can get like a smaller portion or a normal portion, because that's probably easier. But then you can also ask for like more fat, like more oil, you know, more lard. I personally would not recommend getting that much lard, but that's just me. Like, if you really like that taste, I think you should definitely try it. But yeah, Jiro is the restaurant I'm talking about. They always have a line outside. I haven't really been recently because it's just like a lot. See, it's good to go once in a while because then you're like, okay, I'm not gonna line up that often. But then also, it's like the portion is ridiculous. It's like the biggest portion you can ever think of, and then, you know, obviously go when you're really hungry, or at least have enough space in your tummy because you know. You can always leave some. I'm just saying, if you want to enjoy the whole experience, go when you have a good open stomach, empty stomach. Open stomach. Empty stomach. Yummy is right, Robert. It is that tasty face. Notice you going there and asking for 20 times extra large just to intimidate the chefs. They're like, are you sure? That's like more than the soup. I have gone there, and then I think because I wasn't speaking loud enough, they thought that I said more lard, and I was like, dang. That was an experience. Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm traumatized by that. That's why I'm like, don't put too much lard in it. It's only because I think for me, like, a lot of fat makes me full more. Like, or it feels like I'm gonna be full more. I don't know. But yeah, the noodles are really thick and chewy and tasty. I think some people want to have the noodles undercooked when they get served, because then they don't have to worry about it getting too done, like overdone as they're eating it, because it's such a big portion. Yeah. But yeah, the soup is just, you know, extra delicious. It's like when you're really tired and you want something really good, you want to stuff yourself with it. That is where you go. You go to Jiro Ramen. See, I can imagine like the same place, like that place. I forget the pricing. I think you can get it for like $10 at least, like even with the exchange rate. Maybe even less. I don't remember the pricing. Maybe it's probably online or something. But I would imagine if you had that kind of thing in the US, it would be like $20 to $30 just for one ramen thing. $20 times extra lard, dang. That's a whole bowl. It's like you get an extra bowl just for the lard. That would be so funny. That's about right? Are you looking it up right now? I think they have been changing prices around recently. But honestly, like, if you're out in the middle of nowhere in Japan, maybe like super suburbs, or like even rural areas, and then you go to like a restaurant or whatever, you might be able to eat like a whole day's worth of food within $10, you know? Like breakfast, lunch, dinner. Otis, you meant that my estimate that would be 20 to 30 in the US is correct, yeah. It would be like a nice fancy food. See, but like I guess I don't know if do you guys know if like American ramen places actually make their noodles from scratch, or is it like, it's like a lot of Japanese noodle places, they make their own noodles, or they get it made by someone that makes them. So like, for example, if you go get udon, right, which talking about it makes me want to have udon because I haven't really had udon recently. But if you go to like a udon restaurant, for example, it's like a lot of the times they might be made in-house. I have heard that it's because the places that used to make noodles were shutting down. So like some, like those noodle creating stores were, you know, run for a long time, but now that people don't really need as much from them, like they stopped working. So now like a lot of places that serve noodles might have to, you know, make their own if they like that kind of fresh texture, or they, you know, they have their own like manufacturing place or something. Buy or make them in their own factory. Yeah, makes sense. I like my freshly made udon. I have like a YouTube channel that I like watching. It's basically just like udon and soba, and then, you know, some other types of restaurants, but they go into the restaurant and then they talk to the people that work there, and then like, you know, talk about how they started, what maybe what they used to do before that, and then how they go about making their own noodles. Some people make them the hard way, like they do so much work just to make noodles for a day. And then other times it's just like, oh, you know, they mix everything together into like a machine, and the machine does most of the work for them, which is understandable, because like if you watch the other people with their restaurants doing like all those things by hand or feet or whatever, it's like, wow, that's a lot of work. But you could say that about bread places. Like bread stores have so many types of bread that they make within a day, and you're like, when do you sleep? Can I link that channel? Give me a moment. Let me see if I can get it. This is one of my favorite channels. I can also look up bread if that is interesting. That is interesting. If I can copy paste, I can do this. I can't copy paste. just type it. That should go to the channel. And then if you would like to know about the bread one, those should go to the right place. Oh yeah, and since I'm linking a bunch of YouTube channels, I will also share the one for the little shark. Hi. 上がうどんそば兵庫京都のチャンネル、真ん中がパン物語っていうチャンネルで、3つ目がね、お出かけ小ザメよ。Okay, and then here's a cake one, I guess. Hi. So many channels. I hope these are interesting. Or if you like, first one's like udon and soba, which is like noodles. Second one was bread. Third one's the shark, little shark baby. And then the last one that I shared is for sweets, so like cakes and stuff. Yeah, maybe those would be something you guys might want to watch, just to see what it's like in a Japanese restaurant. But yeah. Anyway, it's been 3 hours. I haven't finished eating at all, so I think I'm gonna get going. Let me just see if there's like someone that I can raid or anything. Where should we go? Do, 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 do. Well, I know where to go. Anyway, so let me do my usual wrap up thing. Thank you very much for watching till the end. If you were here in chat, thank you very much, Robert. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Tan, for the raid and for hanging out. I hope you're doing well. Let me try and shout you out again. Does this work? Work. Okay, that does work. If you have not yet gone, check them out. Ten also does their own art. They do really comfy, chill streams. They have video game streams. They have hand cam streams. They have art streams. So, if you'd like to go follow, here's the shout out. Hopefully it works. My OBS is a little laggy after I opened up my internet, I guess. My web stuff. But yeah, go check them out. Thank you, Tan, for the raid again. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming in with Tan. Birdmoss, I hope you're doing well. Muggington, I hope you're also hanging out and doing well. Thank you, Otis, for stopping by. I hope you have a better day. Thank you, Mechanic Hat, for coming in. I hope you're also doing well. Okay, that was everyone who chatted with me today. Yeah, you were just looking. Thank you very much for lurking. I appreciate it. If you are watching this as a video on my YouTube channel, I hope you are also having a good time. If you'd like to, there is a second YouTube channel that I have. If you'd like to check it out, it's me, my lore, my thoughts, my feelings. You know, things that I don't necessarily always talk about, and things that, you know, is nice to know, I guess, if you like lore and stuff like that. Maybe you will like my stories about Utsio that I'm from. So that's over there at訡継シルヴェン, which there should be a link. If you're on Twitch, there should be a link. If you're on YouTube, there should be a link. If you are on my Twitter, I think it's in my link card thing. So yeah, anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for hanging out and listening to me talk about food and the things that I've been working on. And all a bunch of things. A bunch of things all at once, because that is me. それでは最後までご視聴ありがとうございます。日本語でチャットしてくださった方、マギントンさんありがとうございます。ミルセンで来てくださってる方もありがとうございます。アーカイブを見てくださってる方もありがとうございます。YouTube ね、よければ訡継シルヴェンっていうサブチャンネルがあるんですが、そちらでは訡継シルヴェの世界のお話、うつしおのお話や訡継シルヴェの妖怪の家族のお話、そういうのもやってるし、今後はなんかオラクルカードとかそういうのもやっていきたいなと思ってるし、あとはなんだ内観のお話、本当はね引き寄せの法則の動画を追加する予定だったんですけど、残念ながらそちらはちょっとねトラブって30分録画はしたと思ったら録画がねなんかガガガガみたいな変になっちゃったから またやるか、まあどうしようかなって考えてます。もしかしたらね、なんか違う形で引き寄せのお話はまたするかもしれないから、それはあれなんだけど、今のところ愛のお話とか言霊のお話とかそういうお話をしているので、よかったらね、そちらも見ていただけると嬉しいです。そんなわけでね、この後レイドを始めようと思うので、一緒に来てくださる方は少々お待ちを。そうでない方はまた次の配信か動画でお会いしましょう。銀次シルベンでした。Okay, so if you want to come with me, my raid message is you've been raided. I am having trouble typing stuff. Oh, there it is. It showed up. Okay. If you have other things to do, you gotta get going. Maybe you're watching this as a video, so you're not even at the live stream. That's fair, and that's all right. I will see you guys in the next streamer video. This was Sylvan Ginsugi and Oni wearing a fox mask. I hope you guys have a lovely time with whatever you are doing, wherever you are at. Take it easy, as Bird Moss says. Okay. I'll get going in a few minutes, so I will see you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.